Dobar dan svima. Kako ste? The rest I forgot.
Ostalo sam zaboravio.
But I'm so glad to see these happy faces.
Ali jako mi je drago da vidim vaša nasmejana lica i danas.
I mean, yesterday I've seen a lot of faces with expectations.
Juče sam na vašim licima video očekivanje.
Still not knowing, okay, some of you did know, but not knowing what to expect, how the day is going to unfold.
Jer mnogi od vas, neki su znali, ali mnogi nisu znali kako će se dan odvijati.
But after yesterday, I think, and especially the beautiful afternoon and the evening and the party,
ali nakon jučerašnjeg radnog dela i lepe večeri, pogotovo i zabave,
I see happy and satisfied faces.
Vidim srećna i zadovoljna lica.
So I'm afraid a little bit because if you're going to go home and you're going to take seriously what I said yesterday,
tako da nadam se kad odete kući i ako ozbiljno shvatite sve ono o čemu smo pričali juče,
and you're going to sign up those 5 million people,
i upišete svih tih 5 miliona
we are not ready. You know, we are not ready.
Nismo spremni.
So just
polako.
Just pull back, take it easy. Don't do it all at once.
Samo polako, ne morate sve odjednom.
Just systematically.
Samo sistematski polako.
I'll be happy with 100,000 in 1 year, okay?
I imaćemo 100.000 aktivnih za godinu dana.
All jokes aside.
Bez ikakve šale.
But could be done.
To može biti urađeno.
I mean, it could be done. It has been done, you know that?
I ne znam da li znate, ali to je već i bilo postignuto.
There's a company in the world, only one, that has signed up 125,000 people in 1 year.
Postoji kompanija i samo jedna takva na svetu koja je u jednoj godini učlanila novih 125.000 članova.
Only one network marketing company has done that in any country, whether the US or Germany, Brazil, you name it.
Samo jedna kompanija koja se bavi mrežnim marketingom je to postigla i to kad kažem, mislim na celom svetu, i Amerika, i Evropa, Nemačka, bilo gde.
Which one do you think it was?
Šta mislite, koja je to bila kompanija?
Us guys.
Mi smo to bili.
Yes. In between 1993 and February 1st and 94 February 1st, we signed up 125,000 people who paid $9 just to join in one country, and that was Hungary. One country of 10 million people.
Između 1. februara 1993. i 1. februara 1994. učlanili smo 125.000 ljudi i to samo u Mađarskoj, zemlji od 10 miliona ljudi. I to su ljudi plaćali $5 da se učlane.
So, but we were amateurs.
9.
But we were amateurs.
Ali tad smo još bili amateri u odnosu na ovo danas.
No knowledge, only enthusiasm,
bez znanja,
and the will.
Bez toliko znanja, samo uz entuzijazam i volju.
But you guys are professionals.
Ali vi ste sada već profesionalci.
You guys have experience.
Imate iskustva.
You have history.
Imate istoriju iza sebe.
You have great leaders.
Imate odlične lidere.
Okay, you have a smaller country, 5 million people.
I još manju zemlju od oko 5 miliona ljudi.
So let's cut that 125 to half.
I recimo da prepolovimo tih 125.000 na pola.
Deal?
Jel dogovoreno, može?
Well, okay. So just thank you again for a wonderful day and a wonderful night yesterday.
I još jednom želim da vam se zahvalim na divnom danu i divnoj večeri koje smo zajedno proveli juče.
I still feel the wonderful Balkan music and the dance in my legs.
Još uvek osjećam balkansku muziku i ples u nogama.
You guys know how to party.
Vi znate da se zabavljate.
I mean, it's just amazing, and so it makes you feel alive.
Bilo je predivno i zaista čini da se čovjek osjeća živim.
You know how to live.
Znate, vi znate kako da živite.
Be proud of that.
I budite ponosni na to.
Yeah. So okay, so please go ahead with the questions because that's what I was asked.
Evo, sad ćemo preći na pitanja, a ja ću gospodinu Gerryu prevesti to na engleski, a on će odgovoriti naravno i dobit ćete brzo odgovor. Okay, the first one. Can we have the first question?
Oh.
Jel vidite? Okay. What are the habits, processes, and attitudes that enable continuous success?
Well, that's a difficult question.
To je teško pitanje.
And I'm not an expert.
Ja nisam baš neki stručnjak.
But I can tell you my experience and what I feel.
Ali mogu da vam ispričam moje iskustvo i šta ja osjećam.
And you're going to find that it's really simple.
I vidjet ćete da je to u stvari vrlo jednostavno.
Because everybody's asking and thinking that there is a magic recipe or know-how.
Jer svi to pitaju, žele da znaju ili misle da tu sad postoji neki magični recept ili know-how kako se to
But
radi.
in reality there isn't.
Ali u stvarnosti stvarno ne postoji.
Or if there's one, is that, and it always goes back to the same thing. It goes back to the goals.
Postoji u stvari samo jedna stvar i uvek se sve svodi na to i vraća na to. To su
The planning
ciljevi,
and
planiranje
the systems.
i sistem.
So I think every successful person, regardless of what you're successful in, sports or business or arts.
Tako da mislim da svaka uspešna osoba, bez obzira na kom polju je uspešan, u sportu, poslu, umetnosti.
It starts with a goal. You want to achieve something. So it starts in your head.
Uvek počne sa nekim ciljem, sa nekom idejom, želite nešto da postignete. Sve počinje u vašoj glavi.
Then you make a plan in your mind. What will it take to get to that point, to achieve what I want?
U glavi počnete da planirate šta je to potrebno da uradite kako biste postigli to što želite.
And then you create a system. And then you follow that system.
I onda osmislite neki sistem i pratite taj sistem.
Okay, so I don't know how to illustrate, but maybe let's say that you wanted to learn ballroom dancing.
Ne znam sad kako bih vam objasnio, ali ajte da probam na primjeru. Recimo, evo da želite da naučite da plešete.
And then, you have your life mapped out, the things your job and whatever you do and your kids or no kids.
I već imate neki svoj život, sad da li je to posao, porodica, deca.
Then you talk to the instructor and say, well, you're going to have to come minimum twice a week for us to be able to go ahead and let's say, have you learned dancing in a year or so.
I recimo razgovarate sa vašim instruktorom plesa i saznate da će biti potrebno minimum 2 časa nedeljno tokom godinu dana da otprilike naučite da plešete.
Let's say you can set aside the time, you're going to set a plan, okay, I can go at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock because I eat early dinner, whatever.
I onda vi to isplanirate u vaš raspored, odredite, recimo tad i tad možete.
And what I mean by the system, if you had other things, and you just sort of change things around that goal to make sure that you can go twice a week at that hour that you have decided on.
Kad sam spomenuo sistem ili način, mislio sam na to da onda nekako druge stvari reorganizujete tako da nađete vremena za to što želite.
And just follow through on that.
I samo tako postupate, znači idete po tom planu da ostvarite taj cilj.
And the key is that if they said that it will take twice a week and 1 year, then you will do it. You're just going to go.
I ako vam je rečeno da su vam potrebna 2 časa nedeljno tokom godinu dana, onda se samo držite toga, znači na taj način ćete i uspeti to da ostvarite.
In other words, if you're alive and not sick, you're going to do it.
Drugim rečima, ako ste živi i zdravi, uspećete.
And it's like that simply with anything you do. Business, network marketing, whatever.
I to vam je tako u svim stvarima koje želite da radite, na svim poljima, posao, mrežni marketing, šta god.
So, this would be my...
To bi bio moj odgovor.
My answer. That plan, system, goals. Yeah.
Možemo sledeće pitanje. How the clarity of the new goal comes to us?
Well, again, I can talk about my experience. It is probably different for everybody.
Sad ja i ovde mogu samo svoje iskustvo da vam prenesem, verovatno je drugačije za svakoga.
For me, I think one thing leads to another. One thing led to another in my past, and that's how it is now.
Što se mene tiče, prosto jedna stvar vodi do sledeće. Tako je bilo i ranije, a tako i sada.
Yeah, I start with a goal.
Počnem sa ciljem.
And then a lot of times, somehow that leads to another goal.
I to me nekako usmeri već do sledećeg koraka ili do sledećeg nekog cilja.
Sometimes you also, as you go along, sometimes you do need to change and you change your goals.
Nekada ćete usput i morati malo da menjate te planove i ciljeve.
And I don't know if I understood the question properly, but I kind of sensed maybe the question was that how you actually get a goal maybe that you want. Was that the question?
Nisam baš siguran da sam razumeo pitanje, da li ste možda mislili, taj ko je postavio pitanje, kako da odredite taj cilj koji je vaš krajnji?
I don't know who asked that, but
Ne znam tačno ko je postavio pitanje.
If you don't know what your goal is, well, you're in deep trouble.
Jer u nevolji ste jedino ako ne znate, ako nemate taj svoj cilj, ako ne znate šta želite.
If I want to say it more fashionably, then you're in deep shit.
Da se izrazim malo neformalnije, onda ste u 3 tačkice problema.
Nothing will be done if you don't have a goal and a
Jer
plan.
ništa nećete postići ako nemate taj krajnji cilj, ako ne znate šta želite.
So if you have a goal and clearly you want that, then you just follow through, and obviously a lot of times over the decades it has led me to another goal.
Tako da bitno je da imate taj cilj i nekako ćete doći do njega samo ako to želite. Naravno, ja sam tokom decenija to malo menjao, ali sam na kraju stigao do tog svog cilja.
So I hope that this answers the question.
Nadam se da je ovo dovoljno dobar odgovor na ovo pitanje. Ok, možemo sledeći. What and who helps you?
Oh, well, I have a good team.
Imam dobar tim.
I have 5 people that are with me in the same area in the office.
5 ljudi nas je stalno sa mnom, najbližih saradnika u kancelariji i u mojoj blizini.
And I'm another 15 very close associates, direct associates.
I imam još 15 vrlo bliskih, direktnih saradnika.
But we are not in the same office.
Ali nismo u istoj prostoriji kancelariji.
So basically these 20 people are the ones that are making a lot of things happen.
Tako da u principu tih 20 ljudi su najodgovorniji za sve, za deo poslovanja koje ja radim i oni praktično ispunjavaju sve to.
And obviously I keep in touch with a lot of people in the various countries.
I naravno stalno sam u kontaktu sa mnogim ljudima iz svih naših zemalja.
The country directors as well as the managers, top managers and key people.
Sa direktorima svih zemalja, sa menadžerima iz tih zemalja i drugim ključnim ljudima.
But basically the 20 people, that inner group is the one that makes pretty much everything happen.
Ali tih 20 ljudi najbližih meni i fizički, oni praktično čine da je sve ovo moguće.
Yeah, we learn from each other, we support from each other, we get ideas from each other.
Mi učimo jedni od drugih, podržavamo jedni drugi, razmenjujemo ideje, konsultujemo se.
Sometimes we are unhappy with each other.
Nekada se možda malo i zakačimo, nije to uvek sve tako idealno.
Just like in any marriage.
Kao u bilo kom braku, tako funkcionišemo.
But we definitely love each other and that's the main thing.
Ali naravno volimo jedni druge i to je glavna stvar.
Okay, so
the next question. How are you resting?
Well, I was thinking what this question was. Resting as in relaxing. Maybe that's
da li mislite kako se odmaram u smislu kako se opuštam? Resting, relaxing,
yeah.
what?
Well, see,
how do you unwind?
For me, the number one thing is I read.
Ja, na primjer, se odmaram tako što čitam.
See, I don't watch TV. Okay, rarely. I do watch TV. I used to watch some sports, like motorsports.
Jako retko gledam televiziju, uglavnom samo neki sport, ranije sam više gledao uglavnom sve motosportove.
So for me, reading is what relaxes me.
Tako da čitanje mene opušta i to je neko moje mirno i tiho vreme.
And cooking with family and cooking with friends.
I volim da kuvam i sa porodicom i prijateljima i za njih.
Because cooking is relaxing.
Jer kuvanje je generalno relaksirajuća delatnost.
When you have all the ingredients.
When
you have all the ingredients.
Kad imate sve sastojke i kad to volite.
Not when you decide in your head what you want and then you go to the pantry and exactly that stuff is missing.
Recimo, nervira me ako odlučim nešto da kuvam i odem u špajz i onda vidim da mi nešto fali. To nije ta situacija, samo kad imam sve kako treba.
Then I get pissed off. So that's not resting.
Tako da onda to i nije neka opuštajuća aktivnost.
But I really appreciate those times, especially when we can have it with some friends and we have the discussions, because I think food and cooking and the activity itself is relaxing and it gives you, you know, it kind of takes you away. So probably like watching a movie, but this is live. You are the actors in it.
Tako da najviše volim da sedim sa prijateljima i da nešto jedemo i da razgovaramo, jer to je za mene aktivnost relaksirajuća, kao da recimo se opustite i gledate film, ali ovdje imate interakciju uživo i zaboravite na sve drugo.
Yeah, so that would be pretty much what I do. I mean, I considered kind of resting when I was doing all the racing, even though that's difficult.
Recimo dok sam se još trkao, i to je za mene na neki način bila opuštajuća aktivnost, iako nije laka fizički.
Because it definitely took you away from every day, because you had to really focus on what you were doing.
Jer tokom trke vi zaista morate da se izuzetno skoncentrišete i fokusirate i praktično zaboravite na sve ostalo i na lepe stvari i na probleme, nego jednostavno ste samo u tome.
This is why people go play tennis or squash, even though physically it's challenging, you still come back much more rested. Iz
tog razloga se ljudi i rekreativno bave sportom, tenisom, squashom, bilo čim, ali jeste da je fizički izazovno, ali je mentalno odmarajuće, ne razmišljate ni o čemu, samo ste u tom momentu.
Because I don't need much rest, because all I do in the office, you know, I have my feet up on my desk and I'm just sleeping and...
Mada realno, meni ne treba mnogo odmora, jer ništa ja ne radim u kancelariji, osim što podignem noge i zavalim se u stolicu.
No, you think this is a joke, but I was asked that by some person in Canary Islands.
Ali stvarno, jedna osoba na Kanarima, sad kad smo bili, me stvarno to pitala, da li ti samo digneš noge i uživaš?
You know, that I go to they thought I'm just not going to the office. I'm going to the office every day from morning to the night and a lot of times on the weekends too. You know?
Ne samo da ne idem samo povremeno u kancelariju, ja sam svaki dan u svojoj kancelariji od ujutru do uveče, ceo dan, a nekad odem i vikendom.
Okay, I'm a workaholic.
Ali ja sam radoholičar.
But it's my choice.
Ali to je moj izbor.
See, nobody makes me.
Niko mene na to ne tera.
Obviously, I could do less, but that would be boring.
Naravno da bih ja mogao i da dignem noge i na sto i da se zavalim, ali za mene lično bi to bilo dosadno.
Still, somewhat less would be nice.
Ali ponekad bi možda i bilo lepo.
Okay, so let's go on to the next.
Okay, idemo na sljedeće pitanje. What words would describe the feelings of a person who achieved exceptional success?
Well, it depends what kind of success are we talking about.
Pa tu zavisi o kojoj vrsti uspeha, kakvom uspehu pričamo.
Because there are several types of success.
Jer postoji nekoliko vrsta uspeha.
Are we talking about financial success?
Da li pričamo o finansijskom uspehu? Mislim da se na to odnosi pitanje.
Well, you know where I came from.
Svi znate odakle sam ja potekao i kako je bilo moje detinjstvo.
From absolutely nothing.
Apsolutno ništa nismo imali.
I also have failed completely several times. You know that?
Nekoliko puta sam čak i potpuno propao.
So I had to start again from absolutely, not even zero, but minus.
Tako da sam nekoliko puta morao da počinjem, ne čak od nule, nego iz minusa od početka.
So it's still really burnt into my head and I really feel that the freedom that financial success gives.
Tako da urezalo mi se u mozak taj osjećaj slobode koji vam finansijska sloboda pruža.
I mean, it does feel good, especially initially.
Stvarno je lep osjećaj, pogotovo u početku.
That you don't need to really look at the price tag on stuff that you buy.
Da recimo uopšte ne morate da gledate cene na bilo čemu što kupujete.
You know, so you can buy a shirt for thousands of dollars if you want to.
Možete kupiti košulju od nekoliko $1000 ako poželite tog momenta.
Which obviously I've done on Rodeo Drive and
što sam i ja također radio na Rodeo Drive na Beverly Hillsu u Americi.
Or it feels great, the freedom when you fly first class.
Divan je osjećaj recimo kad letite prvom klasom u avionu.
Or when we flew for the first time on the Concorde in the 1970s.
Ili kad sam recimo 70. godina prvi put leteo Concordom.
And a ticket from Paris to New York and back was $10,000 30 years ago.
Kada je i to pre 30 godina karta od New Yorka do Pariza i nazad bila $10,000.
And then you get to stay in the top hotels, you know, but before that you only saw in the movies like Waldorf, Astoria.
Ili kad odsedate u predivnim hotelima, preskupim, koje ste ranije samo viđali na filmu, tipa Waldorf Astoria hotel i slični.
Or finally you can have as much sushi as you want in an expensive restaurant.
I da konačno možete pojedete koliko god želite sušija u skupom restoranu.
I mean, these are all great things, especially when you sort of first get into that.
To su stvarno divne stvari i prelepi osjećaj kad sve to iskusite po prvi put.
Or when you can decide to buy a car, in the moment if you want to.
Ili da u sekundi odlučite da kupite novi auto i to bilo koji god želite i to i uradite.
But that is only like that initially.
Ali to je tako samo u početku.
Then after that you realize that you bought those shirts and you never wore them.
Posle, recimo, može se desiti da shvatite da i te košulje koje ste skupo platili, da ih niste nešto mnogo ni nosili.
And then, those experiences really doesn't make you happy.
Te same stvari nisu ono što vas čini srećnim.
But it's still nice to have the option.
Ali uvek je lepo da imate tu mogućnost.
So I think everybody should experience that, should create the option to go through this.
Tako da mislim da je jako važno i jako lepo da svako stvori sebi priliku da ima takvu mogućnost.
Because once you went through that, you will be a changed person.
Jer jednom kad prođete kroz sve to i iskusite to, verujte mi, bit ćete drugačija osoba.
Completely something else will motivate you.
Onda će vas nešto sasvim drugo motivisati.
So, and then of course there is the other type of success. Let's say, and I was thinking about that a bit. When sports were not professional and the sports people didn't get paid a lot. And even in this country we had fantastic sports people winning Olympics, you name it, but they didn't really get much, maybe a little bit more than the average person, but not like now that they become millionaires and billionaires even.
Da, recimo, razmišljao sam i o drugim vrstama uspeha, na primjer sportski uspeh. Svi mi ovde pamtimo ili znamo nekoga i ranije ili u takvim sportovima koji nisu bili uopšte toliko plaćeni, a ljudi su postizali izvanredne uspehe. Na primjer, takmičili su se na olimpijadi, ali ipak se nisu obogatili od tog sporta.
See, that person was successful.
Kao danas kad zarađuju milione, ali ta osoba se takođe smatrala uspešnom.
But they did it for themselves and not for the financial gain.
Ali oni su to radili zbog sebe jer su želeli, ne zbog finansijske koristi.
And then there's real success.
I naravno postoji onaj pravi uspeh, za mene pravi uspeh.
And this is the post-financial success.
To je onaj uspeh koji dolazi nakon finansijskog uspeha.
Is that a person who can take other people with them and make them successful.
A to je to zadovoljstvo kada ste osoba koja može i druge da povede putem uspeha i učini ih uspešnim. To je to zadovoljstvo koje ima.
And those are the real successful people.
To su uspešni ljudi koji su druge učinili uspešnim.
And that's what motivates you.
I to vas onda motiviše.
Because nothing, no material stuff can give you that kind of satisfaction when what you did helped that other person elevate their lives and quality life.
Verujte mi, ne postoji materijalna stvar koja može da vam toliko dugo da taj divan osjećaj zadovoljstva i spokoja kao činjenica da znate da ste nekoga drugog učinili uspešnim ili mu poboljšali kvalitet života. Ta vrsta zadovoljstva nema cenu.
And I didn't read this in a book.
Ja ovo nisam pročitao ni u kakvoj knjizi.
This is my experience.
Ovo je lično moje iskustvo.
And I think this is the real life.
I to je pravi život, to je prava stvar, ovo o čemu vam sad stvarno pričam.
But I think to really go through that first, I think everybody should create that financial wealth, go through it, experience it, but don't have to wait to bring people along until you make it.
Ali ipak mislim da bi stvarno svako trebao da ostvari taj svoj individualni uspeh, znači da postane uspešan do nekog nivoa koliko god misli da treba ili želi. Prvo to, pa onda da povede druge ljudi s sobom, ali ne mora da čeka da dostigne do ne znam kakvog nivoa, nego kod nas može odmah da vodi i druge ljude zajedno sa sobom ka tom istom uspehu.
See, my life has changed once I've learned why I failed in previous businesses.
Jer, na primjer, moj život se promenio onda kada sam shvatio i naučio gde sam pogrešio u prethodnim poslovima.
Because I was thinking about my success. It was for me. I wanted to make the money for me.
Jer mislio sam samo na taj svoj sopstveni uspeh, na sebe i želeo sam da zaradim novac samo za sebe.
Some people can do it. I did it for a while, but I failed.
Neki ljudi to mogu i uspeli su, ja sam to pokušao neko vreme i ja nisam uspeo.
Once I have decided that I will do a completely different system and I will do it for the people and with the people, then it became a lasting success.
A onda kada sam shvatio i kada sam drugačije organizovao stvari, odlučio da to radim tako što ću svoj uspeh postići kroz uspehe i uz druge ljude, znači sa njima i uz njih i da njima pomognem, onda sam shvatio i onda to stvarno postalo trajno.
So call it whatever you believe in, God, universe.
Tako da možete to nazvati kojim god imenom želite, zavisnosti od toga u šta verujete, Bog, univerzum, šta god.
I know for a fact that you are and you will be rewarded when your thinking is right.
Ja znam, siguran sam da ćete biti nagrađeni ukoliko razmišljate na ispravan način.
You will be rewarded with success.
Bićete nagrađeni uspehom ako razmišljate kako treba.
Okay, so
Okay, we have a next question. What do you do when you feel directionless and insecure, if it happens to you at all?
Well, I don't think I have been directionless since I was 24.
Ne bih rekao da sam se ikad osjećao da nisam usmeren već od svoje 24. godine. Od tada ja imam neki svoj smer u životu.
If anything, maybe 3 years ago, when I was going to be 60,
ako ništa, evo, sećam se momenta pre 3 godine kada sam punio 60. godinu.
and I was thinking, okay, after 60, I'm going to go towards 70.
Onda sam mislio, ok, sad posle 60. godine doći će brzo i 70.
And it didn't sound right to me. It didn't sound good to me.
Nešto mi to nije zvučalo baš kako treba.
And I was thinking, I know I was thinking, and I was in a little bit of a personal crisis for a while.
I malo sam se zamislio, moram da vam priznam, neko vreme sam imao neku malu ličnu krizu.
And then, of course, then finally I found myself because I thought, well, I'm only heading towards 70, not 80.
Ali dobro, onda sam se malo utešio preko, pa dobro, tek se približavam 70-im, još nisam u 80-im.
And I said, what?
Pa onda sam rekao, pa šta sad?
And then, of course, when my father said, who's going to be 90 now, he's still alive, in December he's going to be 90.
I naravno moj otac koji na svu sreću još uvijek živ i sad uskoro će napuniti 90 godina, on mi je rekao sledeće.
I said, when I was a young guy, like 76,
I on mi je rekao, kad sam ja bio mlad, kad sam imao 76 godina.
and he meant it.
Ali on je to stvarno mislio, iz njegove vizure od 90 godina sad.
You know, so then realized that, okay, life changes, but other than that, I think I sort of found myself at age 24.
Tako da shvatio sam da nije to ništa tako strašno i prosto život ide dalje, sve se menja, ali sam onda shvatio da tad, otprilike, kad sam imao neke 24 godine, to je bilo tad.
You know, because I was just living the life, you know, we were clubbing and dating and having fun and just hoping and dreaming that one day we're going to be rich and all that stuff.
Tad smo praktično bili jako mladi, živjeli smo samo za zabavu, uživali, izlazili, ali nismo jako razmišljeni, ali smo se ipak bar malo nadali da ćemo jednog dana, kada budemo malo stariji, biti i uspešni i bogati.
And we're kind of waiting, okay, when am I going to grow up? When am I going to see what my future is really?
I onda sam se zapitao, kad će to sad baš sazrevanje, odrastanje doći, kako izgleda moja budućnost, kako je ja vidim.
And then I remember specifically the place and the date, time, and it was in 1984, September 4th, the first time I came back to Europe for a visit.
I tačno se sećam dana i datuma kada sam to shvatio. To je bio 4. septembar 1984. kada sam se vratio u Evropu da posetim ove ljude.
And then I was sitting at a lake on the shore.
Sedeo sam na obali jezera.
I had a great time before that, you know, all the partying and beautiful lakeside.
Tako da pre toga sam se super proveo, bili smo na dobrim zabavama, na lepom sam mestu pored jezera.
And I was looking at the horizon and just came on me.
I gledao sam onaj horizont i onda mi je onako ta misao došla.
That's it. I'm going to be a businessman and I'm going to be a successful business person.
Tada sam shvatio da želim da se bavim biznisom, da budem biznismen i da želim da budem uspešan biznismen.
Didn't know in what and how.
Nisam znao uopšte čime ću se baviti, ni kako ću to postići.
But from there on I made a plan and I stuck to it.
Ali od tog momenta napravio sam plan i držao sam se tog plana.
I flew back to Canada.
Vratio sam se u Kanadu.
And started doing completely different things.
I počeo sam da radim sasvim neke druge stvari.
I took going to the gym very seriously, very specifically.
Izvinjam, sasvim drugačije sam počeo da radim stvari. Znači, ozbiljno sam shvatio odlazak u teretanu.
Set up a system of searching and learning.
I uspostavio sam neki svoj sistem na osnovu kog sam istraživao i učio.
I started listening seriously and listening and hearing the Brian Tracy tapes.
I ozbiljno sam počeo da slušam, ali skoncentrisano da slušam trake Briana
Tracy.
Briana Tracy, da.
He's still alive.
Sa pažnjom sam ga slušao.
And I know him personally.
I znam ga i lično.
And that set me up for life.
I to mi je ostalo za ceo život, bukvalno.
Just systematically going towards my goal.
Sistematski, korak po korak sam išao ka svom cilju.
Now, the other part of the question was, when do I feel insecure? Well, for the most part, sometimes a little bit, especially in things I do not know.
Drugi deo pitanja, da li se nekad osjećam nesigurno? Pa kako bih vam rekao, ponekad da, pogotovo u stvarima koje ne poznajem dobro.
See, I'm not a robot, I'm a human being.
Nisam ni ja robot, ja sam ljudsko biće isti, kao su i vi.
Everybody else, but I know from experience that unpreparedness is what causes insecurity.
Ali evo mogu da vam kažem iz iskustva, vrlo često je nepripremljenost to što vam izaziva nesigurnost.
Being prepared is an antidote to insecurity.
Pripremljenost vam je protivotrov za nesigurnost.
If you are prepared and you're preparing, whatever you do, whether it's public speaking, whether it's sports or a marathon, whatever, if you are prepared and going through the steps, then you will not feel insecure.
Jer ako ste pripremljeni u tome što radite, šta god to bilo, od sporta, maratona do bilo čega, do javnog nastupa, ako ste se pripremili i prošli sve korake koji su bili neophodni za tu pripremu, nećete se osjećati nesigurno.
The more you prepare and the more systematically you prepare, the more secure you will be.
Što se budete sistematičnije pripremili, to ćete manje biti nesigurni. Odnosno, bit ćete više sigurni u sebe.
Yeah, this is my answer to that question.
To bi recimo bio moj odgovor na ovo pitanje. Okay, the next one. How do you see the vision of the company in the future?
You guys sign up the 5 million people and we're done.
Eto, vi upišete još novih 5 miliona i mi smo gotovi.
Well, no, yesterday I talked about that.
Juče sam malo pričao o tome.
So obviously a question came before that.
Naravno, i pre toga je bilo pitanje ovog tipa.
But yes, what I said yesterday, because we are now many decades old company, I see the future, we need to improve and change a lot of things. We got to bring it into the 21st century.
Jer kao što sam i juče rekao, mi smo kompanija koja postoji decenijama i definitivno slede neke promene, na bolje naravno, jer uvodimo kompaniju u budućnost, u 21. vek. Pratimo promene.
Yeah, we definitely have to, all of us, we have to learn, we have to get better at things, everything we do.
I svi mi moramo još da učimo i moramo da budemo još bolji u ovome što radimo.
And we need to find the right kind of people.
I moramo da nađemo prave ljude.
And what I mean by that is right kind of people for the company, as company people, and the right kind of people for the network itself.
A pod tim mislim na prave ljude za kompaniju i prave ljude za samu mrežu.
In other words, more people like us.
Drugim rečima, više ljudi kao što smo mi, kao što ste vi. Slični ljudi.
Who care. People who care about us, who care about our project, care about our community, care about our company.
A to su ljudi kojima je stalo. Znači kojima je stalo do nas, do njih, do naše zajednice, do zajednice generalno, do kompanije i do proizvoda.
Because we will be stronger, we will be much more powerful,
Jer
better.
bit ćemo jači i bit ćemo moćniji zajedno.
So we just need to focus much more on that and every aspect, just like the product development again, just like it used to be, very specifically going after what the market and people need.
Tako da moramo se sada malo detaljnije usmeriti što na ljude, što na proizvode, kao što smo i ranije radili, jer sada želimo detaljnije da i ciljano da utičemo i na ljude i na tržište, tako da nastupamo.
And use the experience we have collected jointly.
I da koristimo iskustvo koje smo stekli svi ovde zajedno.
Give you an example. A month ago we had an international company directors meeting.
Recimo pre mesec dana smo imali sastanak međunarodnih direktora u našoj kompaniji.
And we realized there's so much pockets of knowledge in the various countries.
I shvatili smo da u raznim zemljama, u svim našim zemljama ima toliko pod navodnicima džepova znanja.
So we need to utilize that and use that and be smarter about that.
Tako da moramo i to da iskoristimo, moramo budemo pametniji što se toga tiče.
And the same goes in the network itself. There's so much knowledge and so many individuals that have a lot of good experiences and best practices.
Tako da to isto važi i za samu mrežu. Imamo toliko pojedinaca sa puno iskustva i znanja i to moramo još bolje da iskoristimo.
And integrate those practices, integrate the new things and the new ways of doing things also.
Da sada integrišemo i te načine rada i nove stvari sve zajedno.
So, yeah.
To bi bilo ukratko. That would be the short
Yeah.
of this. Okay, the next one is how to proceed and when to apply direct contact and when to use digital work tools when building a network.
Well, I think we are all different. We're different people.
Svi smo mi različiti.
I think different things work for different type of people.
Različite stvari funkcionišu kod različitih ljudi.
What we know for a fact, that we have even a gold palm, we have silver palms, we have triple, double, all kinds of palms and people who are successful with digital or online business in Calivita.
Imamo mi razna iskustva i ljude recimo sa trostruke palme, srebrne, zlatne, koji su uspešni u tom digitalnom polju u našoj kompaniji.
So we know that also works.
To radi isto, naravno funkcioniše.
And of course we have a lot of course, even more goals and double goals and palm managers and so on who are doing the traditional way of network marketing.
Naravno ima ih i toliko ako ne i više i menadžera i svih drugih saradnika i ljudi koji i dalje ovo rade na onaj tradicionalan način, mrežni marketing.
And I think for an individual, it depends what kind of person you are.
A što se svakog pojedinca tiče, prosto zavisi od toga kakva ste osoba.
Yeah. If you're an outgoing person who capable of calling people and talking to them in person, then obviously the choice most likely for you is doing it in person, the traditional way.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear. Could you please repeat this?
Oh, sorry. Okay. If you're an outgoing type of person,
ako ste recimo otvorena osoba prema drugima,
the person who is not afraid to pick up the phone or talk to people and approach people in person.
Neko kome ne smete, ko se ne boji da, ne znam, nazove nekoga, da priđe nekom uživo i da počne da priča sa tom osobom.
The most likely that is your way.
I to je onda najčešće vaš način rada.
But we also know that roughly 40% of the population, depending on the country, because when you look at worldwide data, between 25 and 40% of the people are simply introverts.
Ali ako pogledamo bilo koju populaciju, 25 do 40% ljudi su praktično introvertni, nisu takvi.
Those people are never going to pick up the phone or go sit down in a cafe or make a presentation in person.
Takve osobe nikada neće nekog tek tako nazvati ili prosto održati prezentaciju u kafiću i otvoreno pričati sa svim ljudima i sa onima koje ne poznaje.
My son, for instance, who's starting and trying to do a little bit of network marketing.
Recimo moj sin koji sada evo počinje da se bavi mrežnim marketingom.
He sells 2 or 3 products a month.
Prodaje 2 do 3 proizvoda mesečno.
The way he does it now is thinking only online.
Ali kako on razmišlja? On sve to radi isključivo i samo online.
And he started writing to small influencers on social media.
Tako da obratio se i počeo da piše, da kontaktira razne influencere na društvenim mrežama.
He's going his own way.
On to radi na njegov način.
But I don't know, he may will change at one point, but a lot of people simply never.
Tako da sad ja ne znam da li će on promeniti taj njegov način rada u nekom momentu, ne znam, ali postoje ljudi koji definitivno nikada neće tako raditi ili će prosto raditi uvijek na svoj način. Nešto im više leži.
So both ways are definitely there for success.
Tako da oba ta načina će vas dovesti do uspeha.
It's up to the kind of person you are or the
Jedino će zavisiti od vas šta vama više prije i kakva ste vi osoba, na koji način ćete vi uspešnije funkcionisati i raditi.
But when you look at the trends, the fact is that an awful lot of the network marketing is going online in all the countries.
Ali ako pogledate sve trendove, velika većina mrežnog marketinga se sad već odvija samo isključivo online.
The traditional way will never go away, never die.
Tradicionalni način neće nikada odumreti, naravno.
But more and more people, I think, will be, especially after COVID, will be thinking about.
Ali sve više ljudi će to i razmišljati, tako da rade i raditi online, pogotovo posle ovog COVID-a.
Okay, next question.
Okay. What advice would you give to someone just starting in the network marketing based on your own experiences and insights?
Well, that goes back to the magic sauce and magic recipe.
Pa to vam je ona priča o magičnom sosu i magičnom receptu.
Which is simple. You have to have your goals, but your own goals.
Morate da imate te ciljeve, to što vi želite da postignete, ali to mora bude vaš cilj, to ono što vi želite.
And you get to know why is that your goal.
I morate da budete svesni da sami sebi objasnite zašto je baš to vaš cilj, zašto vi to želite.
So what I'm trying to say that if you follow somebody else's goal, that's going to be difficult.
Jer moram da vam kažem da ukoliko vi sledite nečiji tuđ cilj, nešto što nije vaše, što vi ne želite, to će biti jako teško.
But if you have something that you're passionate about and you know that you want to do it, and it's your own goal.
Ali ako je to vaš cilj i ako vi osjećate da to želite, ako ste strastveni u tome, stvarno vam je stalo do toga, onda je to prava stvar.
Then you just make a plan, what do I need to do to achieve my goal?
Onda samo treba da napravite plan i da vam bude jasno šta je to što vi treba da uradite da biste i dostigli taj cilj.
Then set up the system.
Postavite sistem, znači način na koji ćete to dostigli.
Grab onto it like a dog grabs onto a bone.
Onda zagrizite to, držite se toga kao pas za kosku i ne puštajte.
And you just never let go.
Ne puštajte, nikad ne puštajte.
You simply never stop until you reach your goal. You just don't give up.
Nemojte odustati i nemojte stati dok ne ispunite to što ste želeli.
It's simple as that. It has to be. That's why it has to be your own goal. It has to be more important than anything else.
I zato to mora da bude vaš cilj. Mora to vama da bude važnije od bilo čega drugog, taj cilj.
When I made that decision at age 24,
a kada sam ja sa 24 godine doneo tu istu odluku,
and I was thinking, and once I got home,
i razmišljao sam o tom i čim sam došao kući,
I know I was sitting on this dark ruby-colored couch of mine.
Sećam se da sam sedeo na svom jednom kauču koji je bio onako tamno bordo boje.
And I was thinking that I will rather die, but I'm going to be successful.
I razmišljao sam i rekao sam sebi, radije ću umreti nego biti neuspešan.
And I meant it.
Odnosno, ili uspeh ili smrt. I mislio sam, to sam stvarno tako mislio tada.
Simple as that. You decide and you never give up.
Znači, odlučite da to želite i nikad ne odustanete od toga.
People only fail because they give up.
Ljudi ne uspeju ili propadnu zato što odustanu. Tako da, to je to. To je to.
Next. That's it?
That's it. That was the last question.
Oh, we timed it well because I still have 27 seconds.
27 seconds.
Hey,
use it the way you want.
Well, thank you very much again for today and of course yesterday.
Hvala vam puno za danas i za juče.
I hope I could add something to your development and to your future.
Mogu bi da dodam još nešto što se tiče vašeg razvoja i budućnosti.
We mean well. We wish you well.
Želimo vam dobro, mislimo dobro.
We will be with you every step of the way.
I uz vas smo na svakom koraku na tom putu.
This is a wonderful family-like community. You felt it. You felt it yesterday. You feel it now. And
ovo je jedna divna zajednica ljudi koja prosto pruža osjećaj kao da ste sa svojom porodicom. To ste osjetili juče i to ćete osjetiti i danas.
Show it to all the lost people out in the outside world.
Ni blizu kao iskustva koje imaju ljudi koji nisu ovde sa nama, kako on kaže, outside world, tamo napolju, tamo negde.
Believe me, most people are completely lost.
Verujte mi, većina ljudi je potpuno izgubljena.
They don't have a support group.
Nemaju tu podršku, nemaju...
Or they don't have the right friends.
Nisu imali prave prijatelje.
Or the friends they have usually are negative, anything they try to do.
Ili su im prijatelji negativni, ili tako reaguju negativno za sve što ovi ljudi i pokušaju da urade.
Most people don't have a supporting family.
Većinu čak ni porodica ne podržava u tome što žele.
I'm talking about 90% of the people.
A pričam vam o 90 i nešto procenata ljudi na svetu.
So, know that when you approach those people, you are doing a big service to them.
Samo da znate, onda kad priđete tako nekome, da vi budite svesni da vi toj osobi u stvari činite uslugu.
A big service to your life.
Uslugu i sebi činite, vašem životu.
And a big service to the community itself in general.
I činite uslugu našoj zajednici i zajednici generalno i van našeg posla.
You know, so I said that before, you know, think of yourself as a light tower, you know, next to the ocean.
Možete slobodno da smatrate da ste svetionici u takvoj jednoj situaciji, kao svetionik pored mora.
So be that light that leads those people to the safety of a better life.
Tako da budite to svetlo koje će te druge ljude povesti tim putem i da njima bude bolje.
If you put that in your mind and in your heart,
i ako to imate i u glavi i u srcu,
and you don't give up,
i ne odustanete,
then you will flow to success.
Onda odletećete do uspeha.
So thank you very much.
Hvala vam puno još jednom.
And I'm going to say goodbye.
I reći ću sad samo nakratko.
Because after the break, I'm going to be leaving and you guys continue.
Jer nakon pauze, nakon ručka ja odlazim,
okay, so
a vi ostajete.
Thank you again.
Hvala vam još jednom puno.